All right. Hello. I am SawaYoshi, and I will be running Salt and Sanctuary any percent no major glitches today. This is an indie game by Ska Studios released in 2016 that recently, as in 3 weeks ago, got a randomizer update, which is amazing. This game features difficult bosses, zoomy movement in between, and RNG everywhere. This is the saltiest Souls-like you will ever see. I'll be doing most of the talking today, but I also have Terp here to be a friend along the way. Say hi.
Hello! I'm excited to be here.
Great. All right, so Quack, what is our lovely player character going to be named today?
Absolutely. That name the save file incentive with a surprisingly tight margin is going to be Trans Rights. Thank you so much, everyone who donated to Malala Fund to make that happen.
All right, Trans Rights it is. Gotta love that.
Let's go.
Trans Rights. All right, and then we go into character creation. Most of this does not matter, so I'm just gonna do this. We do need to make sure that our class is Cleric and we have the Grasping Ring equipped. Everything else looks good. Are we good to go?
By all means.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. And like any good speedrun, we immediately give up. Yep, gotta love it. This skips a somewhat long intro sequence where we basically lose to a boss anyways. So we are into the first area of the game. Talk to this person, we get a candelabra, which will be what we use to save, basically, across this run. We're going to be rolling, and you can already see the stamina management in the top left. We do need to manage our stamina throughout the entire run because our rolling, our jumping, our attacks is all done off of the stamina. And if we don't manage it, we can just fall or not be able to act, and that will just lead to us not having a very good time.
Oof. What kind of controls do you have to use for that?
My controls for this are a little bit interesting. I haven't used any super interesting controls yet, but oh yeah, by the way, health is a resource. We're gonna jump off. Yeah, and we're also gonna heal here. And so controls. I'm gonna pick up a torch here, and what I can do with this is a thing called torch rolling, which is basically I have a double bind for rolling and pulling out the torch, which lets you, what is it? Which lets you roll with less end lag than you would be able to otherwise. I also have a bind for acting and jumping at the same time, which can also get rid of the end lag for that. And I used it right there.
Oof.
Yeah.
Speedy.
We already have so much going on. We picked up a kuremoa, which will be used later on. All right, into the Watching Woods. Roll down here. I have all the platforms memorized. Everything is fine. Some of these jumps look a little scary, but if you do the same movement oh, that was a little scary, Vinehawk there. If we do the same thing every time, everything should be okay. All right, down here. And we're into our first boss fight. We're going to heal, roll, blast page, and we have the Kraken Cyclops. We're going to put on our equipment. All right, and we use our spear for attacking in this fight. What we want to be doing is we want to be doing the strong attack. Roll behind, strong attack. And you can already see the Souls-like combat in this because we just attack the end lag of everything. All right, we are not getting the best RNG, but that is fine. When we beat the boss, a message will show up saying vanquished. So everyone join in. We have 7 bosses in this run. We can get 7 vanquished. There we go, vanquished. Amazing.
Can we get a vanquished in the chat and claps? Let's go.
Yeah. Not the hardest boss, but we have plenty more coming. All right. And we will we'll use our candelabra that we picked up earlier to claim this sanctuary and make it our own. And we'll also be leveling up. There we go.
So you said the candelabra is for saving? Is that...
there we go. I didn't have enough levels. That's fine. So we use this candelabra to save in several different places, in preset places actually. And what that does is it lets us save, it lets us heal, gives us all of our healing items back. I do not have the thing I need. That's fine. There we go. It also lets us level up and use our skill tree like you saw earlier. And what...
Okay, so they're just a little important.
Just a little bit, you know. And depending on the creed that you're in, it actually changes what item you have. You have a candelabra, you can have a crystal ball, I believe. There's a lot of different things that you can have. This game is very, very large, and I'm only showing a fraction of it today. All right, climb up, open this lever, and we're coming up on our first brand. We have 3 that we're going to pick up, 5 in the entire game, and usually you get all 5. We're also going to do some remote branding because we're in a era of remote everything. So we get the Vertigo brand. What this lets us do is it lets us interact with these monoliths to reverse gravity, and we'll be using this. It is required for some of the movement here. And wait for you to attack. There we go. There, nice. That should.
Jeez, so much going on.
Yep, there is a lot in this run. Ride this elevator up, and we're going to another area.
While we climb, can I jump in with a super quick update?
Sure.
Y'all, we have crossed above $450 on that Hack the Cats incentive. I threw down a gauntlet with the impressive speed that Sawa is going to be finishing this Salt and Sanctuary run with, but right now you are all rising to meet the challenge. Thank you so much, everyone.
Let's keep the donations all going. Okay, picked up the Mending brand, which I'll be putting on later on. Not quite. Oops, ow. Ow. Okay, that's fine. We'll put it on a little bit later. And this is the message that we don't want to be seeing. We don't want to be seeing the screen say obliterated. We can have it say vanquished all we want. We don't want obliterated. Mm-hmm. It's fine, we'll make it back.
I learned that earlier.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna make a quick walk back here.
While we run back, can I share some love?
Yeah, go for it.
I have a $5 donation here from Caffeinated Composer, who says, "Hey Sawa, returning the good luck wishes to you. You're cool and you're gonna crush it. P.S. I promise I wasn't library nerd earlier, Quack." Thanks, Lake. Lake, of course, one of our earlier runners, Metroidvanias recognizing Metroidvanias. And with that, we've climbed above 500 on Hack the Cats. Y'all, keep the momentum coming. This is music to my ears.
Let's go. Hack all the cats. And, I mean, we need to hack all the cats. Oh, that's fine. We're fine. I am less fine. I accidentally... Oops. That's fine. All right. So, this run... let me explain one thing real quick, since there's not really much going on. The concept of heavy and light attacks. Heavy attacks are what do the most damage, of course, but they also take the most stamina, so we have to use them very sparingly. And some weapons do not have a super fast, strong attack, or heavy attack, so most of the time, we will be using, with our spear, our strong attack. The hammer will be using light attacks a lot more. And we'll see that as soon as I can make my way to the next boss.
Well, and the enemies aren't there all the time, right? This is all RNG, so you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, the movement of the enemies and the positioning when they attack is all RNG. It's not quite RNG where they show up, but when they attack you and things like that are usually RNG. Okay, I shouldn't have to put that on. Okay. You know, maybe I will put it on.
Okay.
Marathon safety. Right.
Love it.
Make our way through the Castle of Storms again. And once we get to the boss in here, we have a dragon that can either act or not. And we would like them to not act at all. We want them to just walk into our attacks. All right.
Fingers
Fingers
crossed.
crossed. Yeah, this game, again, the enemies are RNG, so are the boss fights. What they do is completely RNG. Yeah, so you have to be ready for anything. You have to be ready for whatever the game throws at you. We will take a safety save here real quick. I do not want to make that walk a third time.
No auto-scrollers.
A fourth time, rather. All right. Climb up here. And yeah,
Before I saw in the upper left corner there was a candelabra, and now there's blessed pages. What does that do exactly?
The blessed pages that I've been using are enchantments on our weapon. You can see the hammer is, oh, you're going to fly away. Okay. You can see it's glowing white. We have a holy enchantment on it, so any damage that we do has a holy property on it now, which does more damage. Basically, it's just elemental damage, and that's fine. Okay, great.
Never any doubt.
Let's go! Claps in chat!
Vanquished.
Right.
Vanquished! Can we get some vanquished in the chat?
2 of 7 today. Hopefully I don't have to do 7. I don't think I know an 8th boss in this game. Been running way too much any percent.
Oh gosh, how many bosses are there total?
I think there's at least 20. There are a lot. Again, I will only be showing a fraction of this game today. All right, and now we're here. We're going to do a little bit of shopping. Get stain pages, which are our arcane enchantment, which we'll be using for the back half of the run. For now, we'll be...
Okay, so you've been picking up salt and gold then. Does that help with...
So salt and gold, we've been picking up from enemies and mainly from bosses. Gold is used for shopping, usually. We don't use it very much in this run. That is the one... what we just bought is the one instance of shopping. Our salt, on the other hand, we use very frequently for upgrades, or rather for leveling up. So you'll do that at a sanctuary, and we have rings that we have a ring on that increases our salt drops from enemies. We will take the slower cycle here. All right, there we go.
Yeah, you switch your rings a lot.
All right, we'll set our sanctuary here. We'll also put you on and level up to level 19. All right. Let me get one. Renewed will. We increase our stamina once and then put everything else into power here, basically. Because what better to do a speedrun with than more damage?
True.
So these enemies are the Whispermen. They only show up if you drink this vial of Undersight, and there's a lot. So you would like to be able to see them, so you can actually like attack them and stuff. It is possible to deal with them without seeing them, but it's also a marathon, so safety first. Put this on and heal and get knocked up. A little bit of a little mini skip.
Ooh. Nice damage boost. Love it.
All right, we have our spear, and we're going into our 3rd of 7 bosses. We're going to use the stained page, the 3rd lamb, which has a lot of attacks, a lot of health, and we just want to hope that they do the lightning breath, because then we can... Ooh, that's not the lightning breath. Because if they do the lightning breath, we can just stay, like this, right in front of them and just do damage. And I'm just going to heal. take safeties.
It's not a very nice bird.
Yeah. Not a bird, a lamb, actually.
Oh, it's a lamb? With a beak?
Yeah. I don't know either. I don't understand either. With a beak and a stinger for a tail.
Oh
Average
my gosh.
Souls-like naming convention.
Exactly. And we don't know where the first two lambs are either. So they're into phase 2 now, where they will do this electric breath attack as a follow-up off of a lot more attacks. So we need to be careful of this and roll through it. We can also just jump over a lot of hitboxes because a lot of things only have a hitbox when they land. And there we go. And that is the fight done.
Oh, I was holding my breath. Vanquished! Yep. Let's go!
Vanquished. Nice. And we have we've gotten 2 brands so far. This is our last one this run. There are 2 other brands, but we're gonna do it. We're also gonna do this remotely because no reason not to. All right. Please don't.
Awesome. While we move on towards our 4th Vanquished, while we move on towards our 4th Vanquished one more time, can I share some love from the community?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I have a $30 donation here from Alien Crustacean. No comment, but thank you so much. As well as a $50 anonymous donation who simply says, hack those pets. I agree. Hack those pets. And we have just under $2,000 left to raise on that incentive. Time is running out. There are just a handful more vanquishes to get. So be sure you are marking those incentives when you donate, friends.
All right. Where did all of my salt go? That might be an issue. We will be fine. Worst case. No, okay, I'm just gonna level up here then. So, we're gonna level up. Get some renewed will. One more renewed will. And unlock sword 2. And this is basically all the leveling that we need to do. Except for maybe a little bit of safety at the end of the run. Or later, a little bit later on. I'm very lucky that. It kind of glitched out and gave me the salt as I was leaving to the other realm. All right, there we go. Our health should be fine. Whew. Again, all the fall. That's less fine. All of our fall damage is usually calculated, so you won't really see me. I would like to say you won't really see me falling down and taking way too much damage, but alas, things happen. It's fine.
The marathon.
Yep. Yeah.
Marathon obliterations.
No, I would say that's never happened before, but it has. So
we're still counting that for the supercut.
Fine. Okay. The 6-hour supercut. Okay. I used all my salt, so I really need to be more careful about my torches. We have plenty of time. If there's anything else to read off.
Oh, absolutely. I have a number of anonymous no-comment donations that have come in, keeping up momentum on that Hack the Cats incentive. I have $25 anonymous no-comment, as well as $10 anonymous no-comment. Thank you so much, everyone. It is all, of course, going to Malala Fund, our wonderful charity partner for this event. So no matter how many falls, it's all going towards an incredible cause.
Absolutely. And get your donations in because we have to pet the cats.
We do. We have to get negged by the cats, I think. The understanding I have is that they call you an imbecile, which I'm very curious what that means practically. I'm giving it eyes. Official rating, eyes out of 10.
Eyes out of 10. All right, so we're climbing a pyramid called the the ziggurat, which is 29 steps up and 24 steps down. Inside this area is the Dried King, which is a boss that gives us our, I believe, aerial dash ability, called Dart. But we will not be fighting this boss today. We will be completely replacing the Dart ability with our Dagger, because our Dagger lets us fly, and you will see how that works very shortly here.
I don't think I've ever heard that sentence before.
It's not something. It's not a very common occurrence, I don't think. All right. While I'm here, let me change you to this. Change you to this. Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, go down.
Do you have some common rings that you switched on to?
Most of what I'm using is
charms.
Real quick, actually, we have some enemies to take down. We use our last blessed page, and this is where we pray, because we have an item that we want to have dropped, and if we don't get it dropped, it's called the Wrathful Dead's Bindings. We will not be able to continue the run, basically.
Ooh.
We have a few tries though, so it'll be fine.
RNG.
Please.
Less emotes in the chat.
Less emotes in the chat. Right, there we go. You are still there. Usually it does not take super long. This time it's taking quite a bit. All right.
Some cool tech that you're doing.
Yeah. These somersaults are the, what is it called? What I mentioned earlier with our dagger lets us fly. You are really not dropping anything, huh? This happened in rehearsal too, because we just did not get any drops. And we have like one more chance. We have two more enemies right here that we can take out. And hopefully at least one of them drops it. Whoop. You were not going to drop anything. Okay, time to use our Bell of Return, go back to the sanctuary that we made, and do another run through of the Pitchwoods and hope that we get an item drop, because, oh my gosh, this is not a very good run. Hey,
you are handling the twists and turns with incredible aplomb, Sawa. And I am sure chat is full of support for you. So while you cycle through those, looking for the bindings one more time, I would just like to let folks know that in addition to Hack the Cats, which is making some good progress, so do not let up, but we have also just opened a couple of Resident Evil 2 bid wars.
There we go.
Nice. Both to choose Claire's costume as well as another soundtrack choice bid war between the 98 classic soundtrack and the modern soundtrack. So make sure, again, we're still technically in tactics mode. You got options, but also we have Hack the Cats now at $514 out of $2,500 total. You are doing such incredible work, chat. And now, armed with the binding, Sawa, tell us what's up.
Yeah, so what we got is the Wrathful Dead's Bindings, which lets us transmute the Kuremoa that we picked up very early in the run into a very powerful weapon that we'll be using for 3 of the remaining 4 boss fights. Because this game has an interesting mechanic where enemies and bosses specifically will be either weak to slash or strike damage. So for strike, we can just use the hammer that we've been using this entire time. For slash, we do have to use either the spear. But you are going to be... okay, that's fine. We can use our spear, or we can use the weapon that we're going to transmute very soon here. Open this Grate of Salt.
And do you already know which bosses are weak to what weapon? Okay.
Cool. We're going to equip the Kurema. We're going to level up 1. Or 2, rather. Offering. And we'll just increase our damage a little bit more. And it is the era of remote everything. So we're going to be remote transmuting our Kurema into the Jaws of Death, or I like to call them the scissors. and you'll see why very soon. All right, 4 of 7, Witch of the Lake. Some attacks in this fight can be a little odd, but I think that got fixed in update. We want her to stay close to the ground because then we can just do our scissor attack, which is why they're called the scissors. This is the strong attack for this weapon. The slashes are the weak attack. And we'll be using both of them plenty. That should be it. Nope. Oh my gosh, okay, sure. We'll we'll do it again. That's fine.
I definitely saw her health at 0. Game.
The slip damage is just it's just very not nice to me today.
Yeah.
Marathon
Honestly, I think
luck.
the game is doing it on purpose so that, marathon luck, but also marathon love, getting more time for that in,
Yeah. All right.
If
We'll
you
see
want
we
some
can
marathon
this
love, I've
time.
got it, but I'll also hold off until after the witch is down.
Yeah, give us a few minutes here. Again, this boss is probably one of the stronger RNG bosses because if she goes up, there's times where we can't hit her, like if she goes any higher than this. And there's also just patterns that you can't dodge sometimes. So when that happens, you're basically screwed. This time we were fine. So we're just going to go and keep going. Vanquished.
Vanquished.
Finally vanquished.
Vanquish, let's go.
All right. Go through these alchemastery. We have a couple. We have a very, very difficult boss fight coming up. The Hare, the Unskinned, and the Architect, which are fine on their own, and then they decide to pinball you into each other's attacks, and that takes off your entire health bar at once.
Oh.
If we want to do it fast, we want to keep them together. If we want to play it safe, we want to keep them apart so that they can't attack into each other. These magic rings are what are the real kickers in this fight, because they will take away basically 80% of your health bar. All right, there we go. That's one down, and the Architect by herself isn't too bad. But when the Unskinned kicks you into one of these magic rings, that is just basically, that is the end for you. You just have to be very careful.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, that was a very
Super clean.
good fight.
Jeez, yeah, very clean.
We have a tiny bit of time if we want to say anything.
Amazing. I have a quick $5 donation here from Satan herself, who says, let's get obliterated, emotionally, by those cats. Amazing Salt and Sanctuary run. I'm loving this. Vanquished. Thank you so much, Satan herself. And friends, we are making excellent progress on that incentive. We are so close to $600 raised, y'all. Keep up the momentum.
I also did see we're very close to 30K.
Oh, we are so close to 30K.
Wow.
All right, into the Kraken Dragon Squirts, a boss that looks difficult, and then you can basically just either jump over or walk past any attack that they do. Like this one only hits
Huge
on the
boss.
ground, and this one only hits on the ground. And then some attacks you do have to dodge. Specifically, this Fire Breath attack that we really don't want is the one that you have to dodge the most proactively. Because it will hit you unless you roll through it or jump over it. This one, we can just walk into them and it won't hit us for some reason. All right,
Love
there we
the
go.
hitbox. Oh my goodness, very
Nice.
clean.
Re-equip our Warhammer. And we are going into the final boss here, the Still Palace. We just have to roll down these stairs. We do have 2-3 more instances of fall damage, so we'll be taking a heal before the final boss. Right here, down 1, 2, and 1 more right before. So, time is coming up pretty soon. As soon as we beat the boss and go into the well is when I will call time. All right, heal, enchant into the Nameless God. We'll be using our hammer and aerial light attacks and grounded light heavy combos, which will instantly stagger. Like we see this, and 1, 2. There we go. That's the combo that we want to be seeing through this entire fight. And I'm just gonna roll through that. Re-enchant. Kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Light, heavy, and this is basically the entire fight. This is this is the most action fight in this run, I think.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, and there we go. Coming up very soon.
Please.
7 of 7. One last time for the road. Vanquished. And that will be time.
Let's go.
Jeez, way to handle all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some.
I held my breath.
There were some not super nice patterns, not super nice RNG bosses. The platforms were moving. They were not. That's just an excuse. The item drops had some. They had something arcane going on, but it's fine. We made it through. This is a fun game, and I've only shown a fraction of it, especially with the endless possibilities that the recently added randomizer adds. This game on sale goes for less than $5, so definitely get it. All right.
Amazing. Well, let the people know. Yeah, let the people know where to find you, where to find your communities.
All right. Real quick. Shout outs to first the speedrun community for this game, especially the Japanese community, which is absolutely massive. I think 80% of the top 20 in any percent NMG is Japanese, including me, which is pretty cool. Speaking of Japanese, also shout outs to the Japanese Restream for hosting so many of these runs today. And also shoutouts to a different group, the Binary Breakers, which is a community for people who are between, outside, and beyond the gender binary. They're a very cool, very supportive group, and I love them all. Thanks to our lovely duck host Quack running I ran a Souls-like, she's running a so-called Shoals-like on the final day, should the bonus game get met. And also thanks to Tor for commentating. Any shoutouts from you? Where can people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Terpretor. I'll be doing a run on Saturday for Stardew. But Sawa, can I just say that you completely obliterated that run?
Yeah. Thank you.
Where can we find you, most importantly?
I actually have... Hi, I'm SawaYoshi. You can find me on X, formerly Twitter, at SawaYoshiYT or SIYT streams, on Twitch, which should be pinned, SawaYoshiYT, or on co-host at SawaYoshi, cohost.org/SawaYoshi, which is where most of my English ramblings are. And I also do game translation, which is pretty cool. All right, thank you to GDQ and Frame Fatales for having me today. Trans rights, trans wrongs, and translations. Only I get to say that last part. So that was Salt and Sanctuary. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to send it back to the studio where we have, I believe, some shenanigans to be had and some prizes to be cornered.